this is your first time being with us on a 101, a little brief history. In 2005, Realstone Systems started, and all we sold was about 6 stone panels, 6 by 24. And we had a choice to make. We had a choice, hey, do we want a commodity item or do we want a best-in-class product? And the quality features that we reviewed and how we constructed our panels back then are still in play today. So I think that that's an important, in a Me Too environment, in a competitive environment, when the value story sometimes is a race to the bottom on price, Realstone Systems offers a top best-in-class option with stone panels. And we've innovated some things, and some people wouldn't call it innovation, but we've put together, for example, our state stone. So on today's call, we're going to talk about why Realstone, why our stone panels, and we're going to talk about the estate stone panels as well. If you've done business with us in the past and you're on, you know that we offer much more than just stone panels now. And if you've done business locally in Detroit, you realize that we have a full distribution type model servicing all kinds of products inside, outside, with several different segments, whether it be landscape, whether it be exterior commercial, exterior residential. We have products that fit all those segments. If you're one of our dealers, that means that you may identify those as incremental business, and we can help with that as you take a look in your marketplace and go after those segments to build your business out. So today with me is Denny Austin. Denny's been with us how many years?
A little over 10.
Denny has handled, I can't even count the amount of states and territories. He's a road warrior, and he's handled the East Coast region. He's handled the Midwest, and is currently in the Midwest, working in our dealer business model, and does a great job with us. And he'll be talking a lot about the features and some of the things that make our products so valuable to our dealers today. As I filibuster a bit here, what I'm really doing is allowing people to come on and be late because we want everybody in the conversation as much as possible. And we do want this to be a conversation. So if you have a question, please interject. We've set for 30 minutes and then we've got some time for questions. But if something comes up within the, you want to raise your hand, comment, talk about, hey, let us know. So with that said, Denny, why don't you take us through one of something that really is overlooked, but it is something that we think is so important and we put a lot of time and thought into, and that's the packaging of the product so it gets to the job site. Anybody ever bought a Big Mac and when you opened it up, it didn't look like the Big Mac on the sign? Well, that happens in stone and it happens in tile, and we recognize that. So Denny, take us through the packaging.
Well, let's let you heft it since my shoulder's out.
Yeah, right.
Welcome,
Okay.
everybody.
So
Great way to pick it up, and it doesn't break. So that's for starters. I guess the other thing we should mention is that these boxes are super tight. They're made just for the amount of panels or corners or whatever goes into it. Then it's taped tightly, and then you're going to see inside there's even more packaging. But what I wanted to mention is this. These boxes then go into a crate, which is specifically designed to have these boxes fit in them tightly so they're not sloshing around during transit. The goal here is to get it to you or your job site intact.
then those boxes weigh about 60 pounds, no matter what the stone is. And that's kind of, why some have 4 square feet, some have 5, and some have 6, right, Denny?
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is a box of corners. And one of the reasons we wanted to show you that is because it's got a good look, my thanks, at all the packaging that we put on. So this is foam in between each and every piece. And then over and above that, there are other spacers foam. So the goal is that this isn't sloshing around inside the box, because we want it to show up intact. Otherwise, nobody's happy.
Or not even shattered or chipped.
Well, yeah, the chip, yeah, that would be bad too. So, other things to notice about these corners is they're in the box like this. You want to take these two pieces, not a 16-inch piece from here and an 8 from here, because these two pieces are literally manufactured to mate with one another. And that's why the fit is so tight. So if you do mix them up, they'll fit, but they won't fit this good.
And in front of you, this is an inside corner that you can see right there. The flexibility of the two-piece corner and the measurements and the construction allow you to do an inside corner and an outside corner, which is very cool. You know, Denny, take us through the construction on that panel. There's about 28 quality control points that we put into every panel. Packages is one of them. But even from an aesthetic look, and take us through that.
Well, number one, the sizes are what they're supposed to be. It's not an 1/8 of an inch off, because the goal here is not to see the seams. It's probably hard to see from where you're at, but this wall of stone, you can be right up on it and you're not seeing the seams. And that's because we keep those tolerances so tight. So a sharp 90-degree angle turn, corner. Those are the reasons that this fits and looks nice. You're also not going to see the gaps in between the stones, which you frequently do on less, quality products. You're also not going to see glue on the face. So there's some glue on the back, but not too much, because if you get too much glue on the back, it becomes a bond inhibitor from your thin set mortar to your substrate. And that's the last thing you want. So plenty of glue to hold it together, including it between the pieces, but nothing excessive that you're going to see or cause you an issue.
If you're new to the panelized stone game or new to selling it, this installs like a large format tile. And that makes it completely simple. The cost on the wall should be similar to a large format tile, less the grout. So it actually has some cost advantages there if you're working in the tile segment. If you're working in the brick and block segment, it installs with a full coverage on the back. It goes on the wall. And because it's so square, a true 6x24 panel that's completely rectified with a 90-degree angle, as Denny explained in just a second ago, it allows you for fast, seamless installation that once you set your bottom row and get that level, you're able to work very, very quickly. So it really appeals to different segments in the marketplace, whether it's a mason, a tile setter, or even a landscaper who sometimes wears many, many hats.
And the other thing I wanted to mention is we purposely make these two different sizes because we want you to alternate them as you go up the corner wall. That way, again, you're not going to see the seams like you would with some of the others. And the two-piece set is very beneficial in that the competition's one piece has no give to it whatsoever. So there's a lot of breakage there. So these ship better, they fit better, and they do give you the multitude of either an inside or an outside corner. Natural ends?
Natural ends. You know, design solutions are so very important. And I was just in an appointment with a design firm last week, and they talked about how we won the job because the other company didn't have corners. And so the bid for mitering, it was a large commercial job, but the bid for mitering the corners was $50,000. And our corners aren't that much more than our panels. So there's a time savings. It was completely realized on that job, and it goes with the quality. So sometimes that bottom line price isn't really the bottom line price. And that's why we offer these design solutions. Natural ends are another option.
So these are unique to Realstone. So what we do here is, hopefully we can see that, the 6-inch sides are chiseled just like the face, and it's on both sides of the natural end piece. So these are designed for an area where the wall stops but does not butt into a window or turn a corner, because this natural end looks so much nicer than the sawn edge. The other thing that works pretty well with these is sometimes, say on a return for a fireplace, it's only 4 or 5 inches. You may end up with to some degree, waste if you use the corners. If you take a regular panel and butt it up next to the natural end piece, you can make corners this way as well. And one of the benefits there is with the regular corners, you're going up in the 6-inch dimension. So if you have 6 square feet of corner sets, you're only going to get 3 lineal feet of corner rise. If you use the natural end pieces to make corners, and let's say it's 5 inches here and 5 inches on the other side, and then anything in the middle left over you could put on the face, so 0 waste. And because it's chiseled on both sides, 6 square feet of the natural ends are going to give you the full 6 lineal feet of corner rise. And the beauty is a box of corners and a box of ends are the same price. Real quick, if it's a honed finish or smooth, we don't bother making natural end pieces for this because you really wouldn't see the difference. But if it has a rough face, like this latte, I'd say 85 to 90% of the time, we're going to make the natural end pieces for you.
Now, if we've blown your mind with the math, just pick up the phone and call us. We'll walk you through it. It's not that complicated, but when you talk through it without visualizing it, for me, I'm an eyes-on person. Sometimes it takes a few times. So
we are happy to help you.
Yeah, we love it. And with any projects that you have too, please feel free to reach out at any time. I think the majority of the people on the call today are dealers and a couple prospective dealers too as well across the country. So welcome and thank you. And we understand that that this really offers an incremental value to you, and we just want to help. I mean, there's more value than just the stone. And while there's 28 quality points in the stone, our team inside and out, warehouse samples, everybody on is a top-notch, second to none, and we wouldn't trade them for anybody. And we're happy to work with you guys on any and everything. And that's being a small family-owned business that plays really big is important to us. So, and we're happy that you're part of our family.
Yep, those guys are great. They work their you-know-whats off. They're also willing to open up a box of a current lot for you if there's a question about color or something you want to show your customer. If you've got a question about a radius or what we might or might not be able to do, they can lay that out and take pictures of that as well. So super nice guys and always willing to help.
You know, the goal of this today is really to make you feel comfortable with Realstone, make you feel comfortable with our products and comfortable for reaching out if you haven't done that. We've got over 54 colors in stones that we offer. And a lot of times it's as simple as taking someone to the website, realstone.com, or even simpler, taking them to our brochure. Our marketing materials always get rave reviews, not only as a starting point for images, beautiful full shot images that really translate well to the customers, as well as when you're picking out whether you're a showroom salesperson or a person in the field, you can actually pick out colors by colorway. Now, while it doesn't give you scale and scope of the product, it gives you a great start because there's so many whites with grays, whites with beiges, but there's also cream and warm tones. And this really, from a paint swatch type mentality, takes us through that. Blacks. Denny, talk about the different profiles that we offer.
Yeah, we refer to them as profiles. The most common is what we call shadow stone. And with that, there's basically 5 stacked pieces, all with the same size, height. Then we have, this is one of my favorites, we call this accent stone. And what this does is it introduces larger pieces in along with the smaller ones. And there's only 4 rows. So it kind of mixes it up. Then another one is what we call thin stone for the obvious reason. If you can see it, there's anywhere from 9 to 12 smaller pieces going up and down in the 6-inch dimension.
This happens to be our Midnight Sky. It's a quartzite, extremely durable, works outside and inside, water features. Our products, 90% of them are great for interior as well as exterior, commercial, residential. If you have any questions, once again, on the application, reach out. Our team, all our team from inside out is all experts.
And then lastly, we have what we call lead stone. And I use the term beefy. It's much thicker, got a lot of dimension to it. This is our new terracotta ledge, which was discontinued at one point and now is back in the team.
Earth tones are coming back in 2025, and the ledge stone is there for you guys. Reach out for us for a sample of that for your showroom. It's actually the rock face. If we're canoeing down the river and we look up, this is actually cut off the face of the block. So what the good Lord has made for millions of years can be translated to your project. And really, that's what we're looking for, something that makes you feel good about your fireplace or the exterior house, or captures the imagination of the designers that you're presenting to.
The home finish. All right, this is part of our collection series.
This is the smoky birch and has a very contemporary feel, and one of our trending colors too, in a very subtle gray that can accent any environment color-wise.
Right. So ledge stone is kind of an overall generic, like the difference between facial tissue and Kleenex. So, but we refer to ledge stone, meaning that's got a rougher face, and honed is the smooth. So just a tip there. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick, Kevin, is,
Go ahead, Denny.
and I've shared this with virtually all of my dealers. If I haven't, shame on me. This is called our competitive comparison chart.
Cut. Take two.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah. Action.
You're killing me. Anyway, this is great for those customers that say, hey, you know what? I can go down the street, Home Depot, and get the exact same thing for half the cost. We all know that's not true. But this systematically goes through and talks about everything from the packaging to the quality to ASTM testing, which is a freeze thaw test. So again, it's natural stone. It's been tested. It's 1 million years old. It can go outside and it's not going to degrade. So I send this out to a lot of people. We have this printed version for you, which we can send at any point. And there's also the digital version, which I'd be happy to forward to anyone if they wanted it as well. Sorry.
No, it's beautiful. Hey, is there any questions?
There you go.
Yeah, right. Hey, so as you look around, this is our showroom in Troy, Michigan. This is our headquarters, and we've actually have all our stones on the wall. We've organized them by colorway. This is an option for you if you've got a slot wall system in your showroom, and I encourage you to reach out, and we'll work with you on your showroom and how you display. If you look over, I'm going to move the camera. Denny, walk over by the tile. So over there where Denny is are a lot of our Realstone tiles that mimic the same exact stone as a lot of our products. That happens to be our white birch, one of our best sellers, and we offer it in several different colorway or several different profiles. 6x24, 12x24 tiles are just a couple of those that not only work with the ledge stone pieces, but also work with any other products because of the color and the natural beauty of that.
And they're only about 3/8 of an inch thick. So people often think that it's porcelain or a ceramic, but it's actually the exact same stone as our panels. And I've had people use these on the floor as hearths or framing around a fireplace. So very versatile.
One of the biggest design advantages that we see offering tiles and stones of the same colorway and same stone species is that we see people mix textures, smooth and what's happening? Smooth and whatever the ledge stone might be. While we're talking about white birch, our estate stone has been, Denny, hold that one. Our estate stone has been a great addition to our lineup. It is a 1 square foot product mounted on a stainless steel mesh. And it installs like a large format tile. It comes out of the box like what you see before you. This is a Berkshire Buff. That's the white birch. It installs like a large format tile, like I just said, but it allows a very quick installation. It's perfectly square. So even if you were going with a different product over the top, watch your fingies. It takes our team 15 minutes to assemble one of these panels. They make it in a template, they chisel, chip, and put together the product, whether it's very contemporary looking and has some sort of pattern to it or completely random like this one, allowing for that. If you're in the tile segment, it allows for an incredible incremental option, whether you're calling on commercial architects or residential people, because the cost on the wall, based on the labor rate, it installs 30 to 50% faster than putting these stones up one at a time, is incredible value for a natural stone installation that looks beautiful. The other option,
Did you mention this is on stainless steel mesh?
it's on a stainless steel mesh, if I haven't mentioned that. And the stainless steel, while there's some copycats out there, we're the only ones that use a stainless steel mesh, which means there's not going to be any rusting, efflorescence. So really a sustainability. You bury that mesh with a mortar, just like you're a large format tile or porcelain, and the installation really goes seamlessly. Then he just grabbed the Greystone Gold.
One of our more popular.
And we have harsh stones and accessory pieces to go along with these too as well. And that's our estate stone product line. You see any of these, sales@realstone.com, reach out to us afterwards and ask for samples, and we'll connect you with our Insight team. And we'd love to work with your showrooms too. You know, as we talked about the option for slot walls, and if you've got a slot wall, we love to help with that. That's really easy from a space and selling standpoint. We have a rack. This is our newest two-sided rack from Realstone Systems. It allows you to use a full-size panel, insert it, pull it out to work with the client, but you can also use a 6x12 so we can market more pieces, just like Denny did there with two different tiles.
I'm kind of a fan of the 6x12s. 6x6 really doesn't give you enough to see, but a 6x12 does. And by using the 6x12s, you can feature twice as many SKUs and colors than you can with the full panel. So I typically have put a full panel in here so somebody can see it. I also add a natural end, but then you can fill with the rest with 6x12s, but that's a personal preference. Then another option is this backside could also have that many panels on it, or we've got these shelves, which are designed to hold these boards for either the estate stone or anything else that you'd like made for you. So real versatile, takes up very little room in your showroom. We know your space is critical. Little bit of signage at the top. It's durable. We recommend that everybody put at least one of these in their showroom because it really helps you sell the stone. You mentioned hearths, Kevin. Would you mind hefting one of those?
Sure.
Sorry, I screwed my filter up. Playing hockey, not pickleball. So our hearths are 20 by 20 inches. We have three types, A, B, and C. A's, the sides are all smooth and honed like the top. B's are chiseled across one side. They would go in the middle. And then C's are for corner. Not too hard to figure out. And they would go on the end. So these are a great way to have your stone and your hearth match up perfectly. So that's it. I just thought we'd run by the hearthstone. They don't come in every single color we have, but they come in many. They're typically put together as a dry stack, much like the panels on the wall, but we have had people grout those. So that's a personal preference and you're welcome to do that as well.
You know, as you look around the showroom, there's things that, depending on who you are and what you love, are other products. And we're going to have more presentations, product presentations in 2025 as we move forward. Project specific. We love to have a presentation with your team. If you there's more people in your company or team that need to see these products. Anytime you have a new employee, this is a great way to train. Connect the dots. We can't always be in front of you, but we love to be in front of you as much as possible, and virtual is an excellent way to do that. But we also have tiles and stones on the wall, as well as some of our tempered products over here, and we're going to go through those in 2025, so we look forward to presenting those for you guys Does anybody have any questions?
Or some abuse for your favorite reps. That didn't work.
No? No questions.
There goes Johnny.
Yeah.
All right, and I believe we've taped this, haven't we, Kevin?
We have taped it, and our last one's online too, so.
So for anybody that didn't make it today, please feel free to let me know, and we'll get you a copy of the taped version as well.
Any comments or any things you guys want to talk about offline, you can send it to
Thank you.
sales@realstone.com. I'll get that and get it to the right person. And once again, thank you. Merry Christmas. We love the fact that you're part of us, and we love being in the fabric of your business too. So
Big part of it. You guys mean a lot. Have a wonderful holiday.